1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3.
Hear the music of the heart. Let all music take you there. The star will take you everywhere, bringing music closer to your heart. The star will take you there.
Ang pagnanakaw, pangangalakan at pagpili ng bahagi ng power transmission lines ay pinagbabawal ng batas. Bukod sa parusang 20 taon ng pagkakabilanggo at magmumulta ng 50,000 hanggang 100,000. Maaari itong magdulot ng inyong kamatayan kapag nakuryente ka. Ang paalalang ito ay mula po sa NGCP.
The Baguio Country Club, the first and only 5-star mountain resort in the Philippines, is fully equipped and ready to welcome you back. The club has thoroughly worked on adapting to the new normal. The usage of any of the facilities and amenities of the club is governed with specific rules, regulations, and procedures in accordance to the medical, physical distancing, and disinfecting protocols. And as you return back here to your second home and make new memories with us, we assure you that at the Baguio Country Club, you do not have to worry because we can assure you that the club continuously puts great importance to the health, safety, and wellness of its members, guests, and employees.
The most beautiful design you will find ever. Great furnitures and better price. Made in Korea. Art and Furnitures. Visit us at San Luis Bugo, La Union or contact us at 0915-1170-111. Art and Furnitures.
May panlaban na ako sa pimple dahil sa araw-araw na pet malungwer pa ng Kati Alice. Say hi to a new confidence with Kati Alice.
Hello, good morning, TJ Home Builders po.
TJ Home Builders po?
Yes po, sir.
Sir, paano po umorder online ng mga hardware supplies?
Yes po, sir. Madali lang naman pong mag-order through our Facebook page po. Punta lang po kayo sa facebook.com/tjhomebuilders at i-message nyo na lang po kami doon at meron lang pong sasagot sa inyo. So, meron po tayong indoor, outdoor, tsaka meron din po tayong for kitchen, for bathroom, at mga lightings po.
Sir, ang TG Home Builders po ay isang tindahan na nag-o-offer po ng mga finishing material. Easy to install at mas makakatipid po sila ng oras at sa pera po nila. Mas concentrated po kami sa mga modern materials.
TG Home Builders! We turn houses into homes!
Kapag labis pong nainitan o nausukan ng mga linya, tore at mga materyales na nakakabit dito, maaaring magdulot ito ng pagkaantala sa daloy ng kuryente. Bukod sa apoy, ang usok mula sa pagsisiga ay nagiging dahilan para ma-ionize ang hangin sa paligid ng linya ng kuryente. Ang mismong hangin ay pwedeng maging konduktor ng kuryente sa pagitan ng mga kable. Ang usok ay maaaring daluyan ng kuryente papuntang lupa at maging sanhi ng brownout. Ang paalalang ito ay mula po sa NGCP.
isang pahig ka lang.
Dahil walang out sa BOW!
Let's go, Lunes! At ito, sisimulan natin ang ating buwan ng Disyembre at talaga na naman na nararamdaman natin ang simoy ng hangin at bibigyan natin, papainitin natin ang mga kaganapan dito sa Cordillera, Luzon, buong Pilipinas at buong mundo. Ako pa rin si Papa Pia, magpapatuloy ng good vibes sa inyong umaga. Kasama ko pa rin si Shikikay.
Naman, Kabsat. And syempre, sabi mo nga, bungad na naman natin ang isang linggong. Pupunuin namin kayo ng inspiring, unbiased, critical stories all over, mga Car-Rangers. Syempre, kakulitan at kakwentuhan nyo, Shikikay.
Ayun, yun talaga. Ngayong umaga, talaga pag-uusapan natin ang pag-go sa iba't ibang bagay. Isa na dito, una-una sa lahat pala, live na nangyayari na ngayon sa Israel, ang Miss Universe 2021 na kung saan, God bless sa ating kandidata na si Bea Gomez. I-go na natin ang ating 4th crown sa ating Miss Universe. Diba, Shikaina?
Yun nga, partner. And sabi nga natin, sabi mo, nabanggit mo, there are hard competitive and the competition is really close. But nakita natin ang pagiging malikhain talaga ng mga Pilipino, and that ang saya lang kasi binabandera niya pa rin. She's doing all her best to also withstand lahat ng mga adversities ngayong pandemya pa rin.
Yes, I love yung aura niya at yung vibes niya at yung pinapanindigan niya na breaking the stereotypes sa ating beauty pageant. At isa din siyang nasa representative ng LGBT. Wow, ang galing, no?
And isa pa, partner, no, napansin ko rin na isa din siyang kandidatang nangingibabaw kasi may tattoo siya. Tinatanggal lang natin yung tabu on that stereotype din na bakit hindi ba pwede that these candidates are also showing their personality through their tattoos. Kaya, it's really something changing talaga how we look pageantry.
Yes, sabi mo na nga, the word nangingibabaw. Speaking of that word, talagang ang ating ibida na yan, nangingibabaw, ang kanyang way at skills niya sa tourism industry. Tama ba?
Yes, Kabsat. And he's helping a lot of our stakeholders and kahit sino pang kayang ma-empower ng turismo kahit pandemya pa.
Yes, ito, humugot talaga sa mga salita mo. Empower talaga. Empowerment na word dahil ngayong Lunes, talaga financial education ang ating pag-uusapan. Makakasama natin ang ating financial advisors at yaman coach na talagang i-empower tayo sa iba't ibang way. Lalo na, mahabol pa ba natin ang pagkita at financial advices natin ngayong 2021? Kahit patapos na ang taon, kaya pa ba natin na habulin yung mga naiwan at mga sayang na moment para makaipon?
Kaya pa ba talaga, partner? Para sa tingin ko, it's never too late. Kaya pa yan, mga Car-Rangers. Kasi ano lang ba ngayon? December 13 lang ngayon. Malay mo, yung 13th month pay mo, merong mapuntahang negosyo for you or small business that you can start in today at ibubungad naman sa'yo next year.
Yun, at makakausap din natin ang iba't ibang mga bagay at makakapagbigay tayo ng mga mainit na detalye tulad ng inyong hinihigop na mainit na kape sa ating morning balita. Talagang isa na dito ang mga mainit na sa ating mga balita na droga. Diba?
Yes naman, partner. And though ang mga dagupenyo naman natin, they're very lucky because livelihood kits are available for them. Kaya something that again capacitates our local farmers para naman maging i-go na nila ang ating livelihood pa rin.
Yes, ito na, patuloy pa rin tayo sa pag-go dahil ngayon, gino-go natin yung paglaban natin kahit alam naman natin, meron na tayong bagong variant ng COVID-19 na tinatawag na Omicron. Bigyan natin ng konting detalye ang ating mga ka-Rangers. Shikaina.
Yun nga mga ka-Rangers, and that we know already what and anong klaseng variant ang Omicron. The question is that, bakit nga ba siya isang bagay na we are really concerned of?
Iyon, at talagang magbibigay sa atin ng kaalaman kung paano at yung mga dapat nating mga protocols sa mga ganitong palaban ng mga COVID-19 variant, di ba?
Yes, Kapsat. And that, alam naman natin mga car-rangers, we know already what COVID-19 is. We know a lot of variants nang galing sa kahit saan-saan mang lugar. But the thing is that, bakit nga ba tayo mas concerned sa Omicron variant? Because mga car-rangers, it's twice, 30 times pa nga ang kanyang mutation.
Yun! Kaya mamaya pag-uusapan natin pa yan ang buong detalye, di ba, Shikaina? Pero bagong lahat, alam naman natin na napakalamig na ng buwan ng Disyembre. Kaya narito ng ating weather forecast at situation na dala ng DOST Pag-asa na talagang naramdaman na ang amihan at meron po tayong low pressure na nangyayari. And narito ng ating North Luzon local weather forecast na kung saan northeast monsoon affecting northern and central Luzon. Ito po ang pagtaya ng DOST sa ating weather condition. Maulap na papawirin na may mahihinang mga pag-ulan ang mararanasan sa mga lalawigan ng Batanes, Cagayan, Isabela, Quirino, Nueva Vizcaya, Apayao, Ifugao, Kalinga, Mountain Province at Aurora. Habang bahagyang maulap hanggang sa maulap na kalangitan na may pulupulong mahinang mga pag-ulan sa ating Cordillera area, Abra, Benguet at ang ating Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, La Union at Pangasinan, dulot ng hanging amihan. Katamtaman hanggang sa malakas na hangin mula sa hilagang silangan ang iiral sa hilagang Luzon at sa lalawigan ng Aurora. Ang mga baybaying dagat ay magiging maalon hanggang sa napakaalon. Kaya't mga Rangers, hindi lang lamig ni simoy ng hangin. Mag-ingat din tayo sa ating mga papalaot at mga mangisda sa ating mga baybaying areas.
Yes naman. And also mga Rangers, alam nyo naman that there are quality products available from PAL that could also be our defense mechanism para naman ngayong lumalamig at yun nga ngayon pa rin pandemic, ongoing pa rin ang pandemic natin. We have food supplements that has vitamins and supplements that could certainly help us. And aside from that, PAL Masahe and PAL Liniment, pangpainit yan sa mga muscles natin that are experiencing body pains and body aches naman. And also, syempre, we have Toro and that is available to our male and female. And kasi nga, uso na rin ang sipon at ubo. Robocough for kids and adults are also available.
Yes, tamang-tama yan ang ating mga Aldrich quality product ng ating Paudi Arco at mga Aldrich Corporation. Ito na nga, dagdag pa dito, pwedeng-pwede yan gamitin sa ating detalye, sa ating papalaban na variant ng Omicron, diba, Shikaina?
Yes, yun nga, partner. And that it has been detected for many countries already. And nakita na natin yung quick response ng Philippine government of which nag-lockdown na tayo on several countries coming in to the Philippines. And ang nakakatakot nga dito, or the reason why we are really concerned about this one is that there's no definite symptoms talaga. It could be mild to very severe symptoms, which is, again, we're still at the middle. Kaya mga car-rangers, in order for us to fight this vaccine is this variant is to make sure that we get ourselves vaccinated, and of course, please make sure that we still follow the standard minimum health protocol. Kasi ngayon, nakita natin ang pagluwag ng mga tourism destination, pagpasok ng ating local tourists, and sabi ko nga, sitahin natin sila if they need. And, mga car-rangers, there is no law or provision that says that you should be vaccinated. However, we're encouraging everyone to get themselves vaccinated because, mga car-rangers, when a lie is constantly given, kung paulit-ulit yung lie, it becomes the truth. And from that truth, doon na natin na-i-instill na, meron ng takot yung ibang tao to get themselves vaccinated. But again, mga car-rangers, we're encouraging you to get yourselves vaccinated pa rin.
Yun, tamang-tama yan. Dahil ito na, dagdag natin ang good vibes din natin. Kahit meron tayong hinaharap na pwedeng banta ng ating Omicron at new variant ng COVID-19, patuloy pa rin tayo sa pag-arangkada dahil ating local government with our help ng team ng ating Ramon ang ating Giko ay talagang nagbigay ng iba't ibang way at mga materials and medical equipment sa ating iba't ibang barangay. Pinangunahan ng grupo ang awarding of medical equipment for barangay health stations in partnership with DOH Center for
Wow.
Health Development Region 1. Kasama ang ating iba't ibang local government dito at naniniwala po sila na mas nakakatulong ito sa ating pagbangon at paglaban sa iba't ibang hirap na dala ng pandemya at ang COVID-19. At sabi nga ng DOH or Department of Health, talagang lubos ang pasasalamat nila sa grupo ng ating minamahal na Ramon Mongico. And talagang nagbigay ito ng malaking bagay to help sa mga bagay na hinaharap natin ngayon sa COVID-19. Di ba, Shekinah?
Kaya nga, partner, and tama nga, yung COVID-19 is something that we are working hand in hand.
Yes.
And dito sa City of Baguio, maraming salamat sa ating mga frontliner kasi gino-go nyo pa rin yung talagang sipag at syaga nyo to get our numbers going down. And we have 1 active case na lang, but to top it off, we have 5 recoveries and 0 casualty. Di ba, partner?
Yes, so naman ito na. At dagdagan na natin ang update natin sa ating COVID-19 situationer na kung saan bumaba po. Nakita natin na isa na lang po sa both total barangays with lockdown at total areas of lockdown ay isa na lang din. At wala po tayong new lockdown order pero na-lift po ang ating lockdown order sa Block 21 Pinesville Subdivision ng PMA Fort Del Pilar. At meron tayong existing na lang na isa na versus doon sa last week na 8 na lockdown areas at na-lift na po at existing lockdown po dito sa ating area sa syudad ng Baguio ay ang ating Magnolia Street Upper QM. At dagdag natin ang mga ating vaccination schedule na kung saan data ito laban sa ating hinaharap na COVID-19 na kung saan naarangkada ngayong Monday ang SMB1 parking at University of Baguio UB Gym na kung saan catering first dose sa pediatric population ng Moderna Pfizer at adult population naman po ng AstraZeneca, Sinovac at Gamaleya. And yung Gamaleya po, sa ating paalala lang ay nasa SM lang po itong offering ng ating vaccination ng Gamaleya. At catering po tayo sa SMB1 parking also at UB Gym ng second dose ng AstraZeneca, Sinovac, Pfizer at Moderna. For our boosters dose naman, we are catering po sa ating mga rules at nabanggit natin for the past days kung paano, kung kailan at iba't iba pong way sa ating pagkuha ng ating boosters. Pero narito ng booster catering for health workers and family members, OFW living in the next 4th month at senior citizen at mga individual with comorbidities.
Naman. And mga Car-Rangers, sa mga boosters po pala natin, just a friendly reminder. Kasi
Yes.
marami pong nagtatanong kung hindi pa nila na-reach or hindi pa na-reach yung 6 months, pwede na rin pa. So mga Car-Rangers, please make sure that you consider the 2 weeks incubation after you get your vaccination done. Kasi dun pa lang makakonsider na you are fully vaccinated and you start counting from the 2 weeks after. And paano daw ba kung lumagpas na ng 6 months or more than 6 months na okay lang mga Car-Rangers. However, if possible, we make it sure na hindi lalagpas after 7 months. Yan lang naman ang kaunting reminder sa ating mga Car-Rangers.
Kaya go na natin ang paglaban natin sa COVID-19 at yung bayanihan
Yes.
na inaasam natin ay nakikita na. At yung pagliyab ng ating glimpse of hope ay narito para sa ating bayan, para sa Pilipinas at sa buong mundo. Lalo na ikalawang taon na to na hinarap natin ang COVID-19, paghipitin natin ang mga health protocols, huwag po tayo maging pasaway, lalo na nalalapit ng eleksyon, iba't ibang mga gatherings, at tulad ng Christmas at New Year, ingat-ingat pa rin po tayo.
Yan, and we're talking about the tourism industry, mga Car-Rangers. Niluluwagan na natin
Yes.
para maging available ang tourism sa ating local tourist, and also we're empowering yung ibang sectors ng turismo para maging empowered sila. Di ba, partner?
Yes, speaking of tourism, sabi mo nga, mayroon ako nakausap mga taxi driver and mga flower shop. Talagang nakita natin. At kapag kinukumusta natin sila, ate, kuya, kamusta naman yung pandemya? Ang sabi nila, nagkakaroon na sila ng pagkakakitaan, lalo na meron ng tourism. Lalo na, sabi ko, it's a great platform pero kailangan pa rin natin ng mahigpit at talagang disiplina sa ating mga turista din.
Yes, and the thing is that we also wanted to make sure that their standard and quality
Yes.
to the service that they're giving. Kaya tayong mga nasa turismo, we're trying to reach them out. Tuturuan natin sila, we're training them, and that isa yan sa platform ng ating
Wow.
bidang, ibibida ngayong araw na to. Di ba, ka-partner?
Yes, talagang nakaka-excite ngayong araw dahil talagang nakikita natin yung kahalagan ng turismo ang talagang bida ngayon.
Yes, we have this morning a very warm and very passionate speaker and also the founder and chief consultant of the Philippine Hospitality. We have with us this morning Sir Martin Aguilar.
Good morning!
Good morning, everyone, dear viewers.
Wow, sir! Sir Martin, magandang araw sa iyo. Maraming salamat dahil sa ganitong talakayan, mapag-usapan natin yung kahalagan ng turismo. Bumati naman po tayo muna sa ating mga ka-rangers at mga viewers na nanonood.
Yes, I just wanted to say good morning to everyone, to all of your viewers, and warm greetings from Puerto Princesa, Palawan.
Yes, ito. Tuloy-tuloy na natin, Sir Martin, no? At ano po itong the Filipino Hospitality?
Yes, okay. Well, just to introduce to you our company, well, it's actually founded from the passion for the country and the industry. So our company, the Filipino Hospitality, is actually a collaboration of ASEAN master trainers and assessors based here in the Philippines. Now, our duty, it's our duty to promulgate the ASEAN Common Competency Standards for tourism professionals. So yun po yung ginagawa natin.
Wow,
Yun.
that's really empowering again, trainers and trainees, Sir Martin. And we just wanted to ask, paano naman nagsimula ang the Filipino Hospitality?
Okay, well, it actually started 4 years ago. The Department of Tourism had this program. It's called the Tourism Industry Skills Program, and they were looking for trainers, to facilitate training for the Department of Tourism. Because just in time, I was actually coming from the industry. I used to work for different hotels and resorts all over the country. In fact, I used to work for a hotel even there in Baguio, and yun nga, it's parang nagkaroon ng opportunity. And sabi namin, parang this is really our God's signal to go ahead and set up this company for training.
Yes, Sir Martin. Ito na nga, nabanggit natin itong the Filipino Hospitality. Ano yung mission at vision na nakikita mo dito sa ating the Filipino Hospitality, Sir Martin?
Okay. Well, our vision really, our mission and vision really is to integrate the natural Filipino hospitality. That's why we're called the Filipino Hospitality, diba? We believe that our people, diba? If not the people are one of the hospitable people in the world, and we want that, no? Our values, our culture, our history, we want to interface that with international standards. So what we do is we provide consultancies on hotel operations, sales and marketing, training and assessment to our partners and our stakeholders.
Right. And Sir Martin, you've mentioned about stakeholders. And ang nakita ko ngayong pandemya, Sir Martin, is that our local stakeholders are being in the middle of a situation where we wanted to also help them. So from macro sector to micro sector, we wanted to provide the quality and standard of Filipino hospitality. My question is, ano nga ba ang Filipino hospitality that we've seen over the 86 provinces that we have here in the Philippines?
Yes, well, from the macro perspective, kasi one of the things that we do is also tourism development planning. No? So from the different perspective, from the macro perspective, once we go micro, kasi when we go micro, we go to the different provinces, right? So we've been traveling from the north of the Philippines to the south of the Philippines. And really the common or the baseline or the commonality of our tourism professionals really is our heart. No? Yung ating puso to welcome, yung ating pagiging hospitable. And I think that should be and possibly the most important thing. No? Our being hospitable, our being caring as hospitable. We don't treat guests as if they're from outside. We treat guests as if they are family.
Yes, Sir Martin, galing, no? Pero ito mga ginagawa po natin, Vision, paano ito nakakatulong sa tourism industry at sa its stakeholders naman natin?
Right. Well, ever since the pandemic, really, there's a lot of people who lost jobs. No, talagang apektado po ang industriya, nawalan ng mga trabaho. No, so ang ginagawa natin ngayon, we're trying to boost tourism recovery, and we're opening up yung ating mga hotels and resorts all over the country once again. And so, ang kailangan po ng ating mga business stakeholders really is training. Right now, a lot of people probably forgot, di ba, yung kanilang mga service standards, yung kanilang mga ginawa. And so, what we want to promote really is continue our human capital development. We're trying to push for training, reorientation, mga refresher trainings para naman maalala nila yung kanilang mga standards.
Yes, thank you very much, Sir Martin. Napakaganda itong advocacy natin at vision mission ng The Filipino Hospitality. Nakita natin na talagang isa sa mga naapektuhan ang industriya ng turismo. At nakita natin mga tour guides, hindi lang tourism or tour guide industry, kundi yung mga nakapalibot sa community. Tulad ng mga taxi drivers, mga flower shops, mga restaurant. Kapag walang turismo, ang isang area, kung sakali ito ang resources nila, ay maapektuhan talaga ang ekonomiya ng isang specific area.
Yes, and Sir Martin, to follow this up, nabanggit mo na rin ang pandemic, and that how did the Filipino hospitality really embrace the change in this industry during this pandemic?
Right. Well, it was quite challenging for us kasi mainly our business really is to conduct training, di ba? So, during that time, we've been going around the country for different trainings, no? Face-to-face trainings. Now, when the pandemic happened, we weren't able to do that, di ba? Kasi because of the lockdowns, because of the restrictions. And so, what we did is we had to pivot. So, we basically migrated our service to online. Kaya nagkaroon po tayo ng series of webinars initiative to help the Department of Tourism and other agencies to conduct training still, pero on a different platform, which is through flexible learning.
Yes. Sir Martin, naging malaking issue din, nahati din ang pananaw ng ating mga kababayan patungkol nga sa turismo. Nagiging malaking advantage ito for our economic growth, pero nagkakaroon din tayo ng alalahanin at problema patungkol nga sa mga protocols na kung saan kapag binuksan ng turismo, pwedeng tumaas ang mga active cases dito sa isang area. Anong stand natin dito sa hating opinion ng ating madla?
Well, to be honest, in my opinion, it's really just a matter of balance. No, syempre, as much as we want to open up borders, open up and welcome tourists, we also have to consider the safety and protocols. Now, even naman follow, say for example, our province, our city has been implementing the guidelines, di ba? It's really a matter of implementation from the government to the private stakeholders, the hotels themselves, the tourism professionals themselves have to ensure that they follow the certain protocols. If not, diba, talagang magsispread po yung ating disease. So it's really just a matter of following protocols, and I believe once we do that, then we're able to start tourism to recover once again.
Yes. Sir Martin, ang tanong ko din ulit, handa na ba ang tourism industry at sa mga iba't ibang grupo sa full blast of tourism revenge?
Well, when we say full blast, it might not be. Kasi if we're going to take a look at the statistics, no, if we're going to see the number of kumbaga full range of services that our tourism stakeholders are offering, maybe not yet. Pero I think it's just really a matter of transitioning, 'di ba? As we open up, 'di ba, yung ating mga allowable, like for example, number of guests, in terms of the venues, yung allowed number of persons inside a meeting room, 'di ba? It's starting to increase, no? So that's actually a good strategy. As long as we continue to increase, as long as we continue to transition, I think maganda yung dahan-dahan lang. No? It's just really a matter of understanding, look at the data, and then really evaluating, are we, pursuing or dumadami ba yung cases or na-maintain naman? So if not, then maybe we can proceed and move forward.
I, for myself, Sir Martin, believe in what you've said, that there should always be a balance of what we wanted as a result in the tourism industry. And sabi nga natin kasi we cannot really overlook at these matters because the priority is still the safety of both our stakeholders and our local government unit. Diba, Kabsat?
Yes, ayan. Meron mainit ang issue kapag ganitong mga tourism industry at mga ganitong pananaw. Nasabi ni Sir Martin na talaga handa na at medyo merong mga way ang ating tourism group at mga tourism industry. Pero paano po yung mga area na kung saan tatanggap ng turista? Handa na po ba sila sa ganitong mga aspeto?
I think we are ready. Most of the destinations, like the key destinations, for example, Katiklan, Coron, right, has opened the borders. Medyo nag-lower down sila ng restrictions. We don't need yung ating mga tests, di ba? As long as the tourists, the travelers are fully vaccinated. And I think it can be a good strategy for the other destinations. As long as we ensure that the proper protocols are in place.
Right. Tama, Sir Martin, diba? We wanted to make sure that this things aren't seen at a bird's eye view pa rin palagi. We're looking at it na lahat ng tao magbe-benefit for reopening the tourism attractions here in the Philippines. And Sir Martin, balik tayo sa Philippine hospitality where you've mentioned that we have trainers that is willing to go beyond the borders to really be passionate on, training our industry practitioner. Sir Martin, when you started with this 4 years ago, what was the greatest challenge? And when you had those challenges, how did it help you be more resilient in terms of pandemics like this?
Just to share a little story, no? Kasi once you say na we go to the different areas of the Philippines, as in literally we have been going the habal-habal to NPA-infested mountains, ganyan. As in, may mga areas kami, maybe south of the Philippines, na merong mga, there was a bombing incident, and I was actually asked, somebody asked me, why are you doing what you're doing? Diba? Why go the risk? Why do you have to do it? I think at the end of the day, with all of these challenges, I think at the end of the day, it's really about your passion. No? It's about having that kind of heart to serve, not only for your business, but at the end of the day, it's really for your country. And tourism as it has a domino effect to impact our economy. And I believe we do that to help our countrymen, to help our industry, and even the smallest of people, diba? It's multi-sectoral. It's affecting kahit yung mga maliliit na suppliers, kahit yung ating mga farmers. So marami pong natutulungan talaga ang turismo. And if you can have an opportunity to do that, to do what you're passionate about, to do what you love, and at the end of the day, diba, help people, then I think there's no question about it. You wake up excited every day and to do what you really want.
Exactly, Sir Martin. And tama, sabi mo nga, it's the passion and the love, the heart. And aside from that is the soul that you are giving to whatever that you're doing. And it only applies does not only apply to Filipino hospitality, but to our Filipino values as well. You're also reliving those values that we had growing up. Sir Martin, ang tanong ko lang, meron ba tayong mga ka-earners dyan that is really a part of the tourism industry and might be interested to join the Filipino hospitality? Are there requirements or anong mga dapat naming alamin if they wanted to be part of the Filipino hospitality?
Okay, well, for one, maybe of course you can follow us. We do have a Facebook page. It's called the Filipino Hospitality. We also have a YouTube channel, and in YouTube, of course, it's called at the Filipino Hospitality. And really, what we highly recommend is to support your regional office. If you have yung ating DOT car, right? We have to support their initiatives. Kasi of course, in a regional perspective, kaya i-promote ang tourism level. And so, yung ating DOT car has been hard at work in promoting yung ating mga services. At meron po silang mga libreng training. Kapag meron po sila in their Facebook page, they announce it, they provide free training for the for the different tourism stakeholders, please go ahead and avail of that kasi sayang po. And kami po, we support as the Filipino Hospitality, we support DOT CAR in their initiatives, no? Kapag may mga training po sila.
Yes, Sir Martin, nakita natin yung two words na sa inyong advocacy, the sustainability at ang ating consistency na kung saan sa iba't ibang project, hindi lang sa tourism, sa community projects at iba pang proyekto na ginagawa natin to help our community, naroon yung sustainability at consistency. Sir Martin, ano yung mga goal pa natin next year? Lalo na, patapos na ang year 2021, excited na kami sa pwede pang maibigay ng inyong grupo sa next year 2022.
Right. Well, we have been planning, di ba? We have been strategizing to provide more training.
Yes. Oo, medyo nagkakaroon ng matinding may connection natin sa ating talakayan with Sir Martin Aguilar. Yan, babalikan natin ulit, Sir Martin.
We're really looking at tourism recovery. And so, our trade.
Yan, medyo naputol pero nasabi nga kanina natin na talagang the word, the sustainability at consistency with the two na ginawa natin para sa advocacy nila. Ang ating mission at vision ng the Filipino Hospitality ay nangibabaw. Diba, Shekinah?
Yes, partner. And the thing is that, again, it has always been our strength. Tayong mga Pilipino, we are known for being hospitable kahit sa ano pang paraan. You know, we open our doors with our loved ones. We open our hearts with even strangers. Kasi 'di ba, sabi nga nila, aren't you afraid of stranger danger? Hindi. Kasi we are hospitable in all forms. Kaya mga car-rangers natin dyan that is interested, very interested to be part of the hospitality, Filipino hospitality, you can always just check their Facebook page, and that you could also visit their YouTube account as well.
Ayun, kahit medyo naudlot ang ating talakayan with our Sir Martin, nakita natin yung mga ginawa ng grupo nila, lalo na sa tourism industry, sa pag-cope natin sa pandemya at natulungan natin iba't ibang area na kung saan yung turismo ay nangibabaw.
Naman, partner. Eh sa mga car-rangers natin dyan, I know in your own respective provinces, you have your own ways of balancing tourism and sustainability. Whichever that is, I know it's a case-to-case basis kasi what is working here in Baguio City may not work sa mga car-rangers natin dyan sa La Union, but I know you have your own ways of resiliency. And saludo kami sa ating mga micro-sector na talagang alam niyo yung binuo ang turismo ngayong pandemya.
Yun na nga, at nabanggit natin yung stand din ni Sir Martin sa mainit na issue ng hating opinion ng ating lugar, lalo na sa sinasabing tourism full blast or the tourism revenge patungkol sa hating opinion na pagbubukas ng turismo at yung problema or alanganin sa health protocols at banta ng COVID-19. Ikaw ba, Shekinah, kapag sa ganito usapin, lalo na nasa tour guide grupo ka or talagang industry ka, ano yung importansya ng ganitong tourism opening natin, lalo na nasa gitna tayo ng pandemya?
Yes, partner. And thank you for acknowledging us, our presence, tour guide sa mga tourism attractions sa ganito. And sa totoo lang, partner, if I am given the entire chance to help, gusto kong matrain din ang mga tour guides natin na hindi lang parte ng city, but I want to empower our local guides, our mountain guides, our eco guides, our mothers. Gawin natin yung livelihood guiding nila so that they could also share this one. The importance of opening tourism, mga car-rangers, is a balance of everything pa rin naman. Kasi we wanted to help the opportunity, not grow the opportunity from one establishment to another. But ako, ang concern ko pa rin is that, are we really prepared? And to follow that up is that, are locals ba, prepared na rin ba tayo? Kasi sa totoo lang, partner, honestly, na-shock tayo minsan na pag we're walking down, going to the station, punong-puno na ang Burnham Park ng mga turista. Nagugulat tayo. 'Di ba? Mismo na parang we're not used to that anymore.
Yes, natumpak mo yung dapat ko ipunto eh. Sabi nga nila, the tourism industry, may mga plano, may mga implementation.
Yes.
Pero, tama bang na-apply? Maayos bang na-apply? At meron bang nakikitang application na talagang success ito? Lalo na sa mga local, inassess ba ang area? Tinanong ba kung kakayanin ba ng mga local? Yun ang tanong naman natin na iiwan natin sa ating mga tourism industry, sa ating mga government, at yung mga nagpaplano patungkol nga sa pag-open ng turismo.
Exactly. Kasi mga car enjoyers and Kabsat, no, it's important that you hear the side of the locals muna.
Yes.
Tanungin natin, alam natin na ang business side gusto nila, pero ang mga locals natin, nakahinga tayo. Ang luwag ng paghinga nila. Ngayon, nagulat naman tayo na parang, hindi na ito. I'm not used to this anymore, di ba?
Yes, so, kaya't mga ka-Rangers, i-comment nyo lang dyan kung ano yung mga opinion nyo sa ganitong hating opinion, lalo na sa mainit na issue na pinag-usapan natin sa tourism opening natin sa iba't ibang lugar, lalo na sa syudad ng Baguio.
Yan, and lalo na yung mga ka-Rangers nating nanonood sa channel 1113 at 44. Alam ko, na-shock na rin kayo na marami ng turista and mga ka-Rangers natin. Maraming salamat sa pagsuporta sa mga channel na yon via the Mountain View Channel, Tiered Pass Network, and of course, Highland TV. Maraming salamat.
Yan, at narito din. At bumabate si Melissa Duque Bonifacio at si Jake Bonifacio. Congratulations ulit sa inyo and happy wedding nung last Sunday. At welcome sa Baguio City.
Yes.
At na-enjoy nila ang kanilang honeymoon dito.
Yes, and tama, it has been a honeymoon hub noon pa during the American occupation. Yan ang rason kung ba sila umakyat ang Baguio City, because to celebrate love and to be loved as well. I hope that you're enjoying your time here in Baguio City.
Yan, irangada din natin ang ating Hong Kong Rangers. Pinangunahan ni Brenda Tulukbaldo sa Great Monday daw, ka-Rangers.
Thank you.
At Chipaw kay Alan Liviste of Lev PH is listening and have a nice day. At ito, batihin naman natin ang talagang fan mo na sila Carlo Digo at Winter Gayaw.
Yan, and syempre, to my sister that is watching, happy day off, ate. I hope you're okay there. And sa mga ka-Rangers natin watching us from Korea, UAE, Canada, and a lot more. Maraming salamat din.
Yes, big smiles kay Jeremy Duque at iba pa nating mga kaibigan at ang mga special someone sa ating buhay. Ayun! Di ba siya kayo na?
Naman! Shout out to my kids, Alara and Ethan. I'll be home soon. Maraming salamat mga ka-Rangers. Pero hindi pa natatapos ang inyong umaga kasi unang patikim pa lang yan. Hindi pa tayo natatapos kasi magbabalik kami. Di ba, partner?
Dahil ito pa rin ang tambalang swak na swak sa inyong umaga at para sa inyong mainit na kape at napakasarap na umagahan. Ito ang Morning Barkadahan at ito ang tambalang Sipaw ng Morning Balitaktakan.
Hear the music of the heart. Let all music take you there. Where Star will take you everywhere. Bringing music closer to your heart. Star will take you there.
Ang pagnanakaw, pangangalakan at pagpili ng bahagi ng power transmission lines ay pinagbabawal ng batas. Bukod sa parusang 20 taon ng pagkakabilanggo at magmumulta ng 50,000 hanggang 100,000. Maaari itong magdulot ng inyong kamatayan kapag nakuryente ka. Ang paalalang ito ay mula po sa NGCP.
The Baguio Country Club, the first and only 5-star mountain resort in the Philippines, is fully equipped and ready to welcome you back. The club has thoroughly worked on adapting to the new normal. The usage of any of the facilities and amenities of the club is governed with specific rules, regulations, and procedures in accordance to the medical, physical distancing, and disinfecting protocols. And as you return back here to your second home and make new memories with us, we assure you that at the Baguio Country Club, you do not have to worry because we can assure you that the club continuously puts great importance to the health, safety, and wellness of its members, guests, and employees.
The most beautiful design you will find ever. Great furnitures and better price. Made in Korea. Art and Furnitures. Visit us at San Luis Bugo, La Union or contact us at 0915-117-0111. Art and Furnitures.
May panlaban na ako sa pimple dahil sa araw-araw na pet malungwer pa ng Kati Alice. Say hi to a new confidence with Kati Alice.
Hello, good morning, TG Home Builders po.
Video Home Builders po?
Yes po, sir.
Sir, paano po umorder online ng mga hardware supplies?
Yes po, sir. Madali lang naman pong mag-order through our Facebook page po. Punta lang po kayo sa facebook.com/tghomebuilders at i-message nyo na lang po kami doon at meron lang pong sasagot sa inyo. So meron po tayong indoor, outdoor, tsaka meron din po tayong for kitchen, for bathroom, at mga lightings po.
Sir, ang TG Home Builders po ay isang tindahan na nag-offer po ng mga finishing material. Easy to install at mas makakatipid po sila ng oras at sa pera po nila. Mas concentrated po kami sa mga modern materials.
TG Home Builders! We turn houses into homes!
Kapag labis pong nainitan o nausukan ng mga linya, tore at mga materyales na nakakabit dito, maaaring magdulot ito ng pagkaantala sa daloy ng kuryente. Bukod sa apoy, ang usok mula sa pagsisiga ay nagiging dahilan para ma-ionize ang hangin sa paligid ng linya ng kuryente. Ang mismong hangin ay pwedeng maging konduktor ng kuryente sa pagitan ng mga kable. Ang usok ay maaaring daluyan ng kuryente papuntang lupa at maging sanhi ng brownout. Ang paalalang ito ay mula po sa NGCP.
Isang pahig ka lang.
Dahil walang out sa POW!
Nagbabalik ang morning Balitaktakan, pasadahan naman natin ang mga nagbabagang balita. Ngayong umaga itong morning balita. Tatlong sospek ng hold-up robbery patay matapos makipagbarilan sa mga pulisya ng La Trinidad at Benguet. Yan ang tututukan ni Charles Nicolimon.
Nagising ang mga residente ng Barangay Silan kaninang madaling araw sa putok ng baril. Iniimbestigahan kasi ng mga pulis ng La Trinidad ang report ukol sa posibleng robbery hold-up ng tatlong kalalakihan sa isang gasoline station sa La Trinidad. Ayon sa Benguet Police Provincial Office, unang namataan ng La Trinidad PNP at HPG Cordillera ang mga suspect, sakay ang isang pulang Mitsubishi Lancer kung saan inireport ng isang gasoline station.
May napansin yung mga gasoline tender doon sa gasoline na doon na paikot-ikot o suspicious male factor na umiikot doon sa may gasoline station. Wherein napansin nung caller na yung red Lancer, Mitsubishi Lancer na walang plaka, and then nagkaroon na ng so parang may suspicion yung caller doon. So that's why he called the attention of our police personnel.
Sa pagsisiyasat ng pulisya sa plaka ng sasakyan, nadiskubreng hindi ito tugma sa sasakyan. Kakausapin sana ng pulisya ang tatlo, pero sa paglapit nila, dito na inambangan ng putok ng baril ang mga pulis. Dali-daling kumaripas ng takbo ang mga suspect habang nagsagawa ng hot pursuit operation ang pulisya. Sa bandang huli, na-corner ng pulisya ang mga suspect sa Silan Lamut Road kung saan nakipagpalitan ng putok ang mga suspect sa pulisya. Dead on the spot ang dalawa, habang ang isa ay naitakbo sa paggamutan ngunit idineklarang dead on arrival. Na-recover ng pulisya sa crime scene ang ilang basyo ng bala at mga personal na gamit ng mga suspect. Kasama sa mga na-recover ang mga ID ng mga suspect.
For now, we are conducting a verification on to the identity and yung status ng ginamit nilang sasakyan.
Iimbestigahan pa ng pulisya ang pagkakakilanlan ng tatlo habang isa sa ilalim ang mga ito sa autopsy.
Batas para sa Cannon Road Rehabilitation malapit nang maipasa. Nagbabalik para sa balitang ito, Charles Nicolimon.
Bukas na kada weekend ang Cannon Road para sa mga sasakyan. Ayon kay Congressman Mark Go, hindi na muling isasara ang Cannon kapag naisabatas na ang rehabilitasyon ng kalsada.
Pag full rehabilitation ng Cannon Road, it was already approved by both houses at nandun na ngayon sa opisina ng Presidente. On and off, ang ating Cannon Road ay sinasara at binubuksan. Ano? Ayaw natin yung ganon. So ang gusto natin, magkaroon ng permanent rehabilitation ang Cannon Road para maging all-weather road.
Dahil dito, nagsasagawa na ng technical study para sa nasabing plano. Inaasahang matatapos ito sa unang quarter ng 2022. Inaasahan ni Congressman Mark Go at Congressman Eric Yap na maging ganap na batas ang kanilang panukala upang masimulan na ang rehabilitasyon. Tinitignan naman ang posibilidad ng public-private partnership para sa pondo ng nasabing proyekto.
Yun ang pinag-aaralan ngayon ng Department of Public Works. The last time I talked with one of the USECs of the Department of Public Works, si Yusek Cabral, at yun ang binabanggit niya. Isang option dito ay magkaroon ng PPP dito para hindi nagagasta ang gobyerno. Ang gagawin lang ng gobyerno ay siguro bibigay ng assistance doon sa PPP na yan para ma-execute yun. At the same time, kung gagawin PPP yan, hindi masyadong malaki ang rate ng yung toll fee, kumbaga, no?
Dagdag pa ng kongresista, malaki ang matitipid ng gobyerno kung maipasa ito.
We will save a lot of resources. Number one yan, no? Kasi pag ginagasta natin every year dito, 200 million, 300 million. Sometimes umabot pa ng 400 million from Camp 1 to Camp 8 ang yearly, no? Yun malaking savings na gobyerno natin 'yon, no? Pangalawa, sa mga commuters, if we have an all-weather road, you can save a lot of yung fuel going up and down the mountain, tsaka yung time, no?
Tiniyak naman ng kongresista na hindi maapektuhan ang mga residente sa rehabilitasyon ng kalsada. Tansya ng DPWH Cordillera, aabot sa 38 billion pesos ang gagastusin para sa rehabilitasyon.
Oral health, tututukan ng DOH. Yan ang balita ni Randy Guzman.
Mas puspusan ngayon ang pagsusulong ng DOH sa oral health care ng mga bata.
So, when we speak of health, we cannot discount the importance of oral health. And hindi lang ngayong pandemic actually, oral health is one of the least prioritized programs in all the communities.
Ilan sa mga nais nilang ipakita ay ang malaking epekto ng oral health sa kalusugan ng mga bata.
Sabi nga nila, ang oral health po kasi malayo sa bituka, hindi siya nakakamatay directly. But then alam naman natin na yung impact naman ng oral health is tremendous.
Isa sa mga aktibidad na kanilang idinadaos taon-taon ay ang Orally Fit Child na sinasalihan ng piling mga bata mula sa iba't ibang bahagi ng Cordillera. Sa unang pagkakataon, ginawa nila ito virtually ngayong taon.
If the child is inflicted or affected with oral diseases, pwede siyang ma-hospitalize. And pag na-hospitalize siya, mahal ang magpa-hospital.
Bukod dito'y patuloy pa rin ng DOH Cordillera sa tulong ng iba't ibang dentist association sa rehiyon sa pamimigay ng oral health kits, libreng check-ups at mga serbisyo para sa mga bata. Hiling nila'y maibahagi ang mga kaalaman at kahalagahan ng oral health sa kalusugan. Randy Guzman para sa Luzon Headlines.
Mga Dagupenyo binigyan ng livelihood kits. Yan ang kwentong ibibida ni Charles Nicolimon.
Aabot sa 60 Dagupenyo ang nakatanggap ng livelihood kits mula sa DTI. Ito'y parte ng livelihood seeding program negosyo serbisyo sa barangay ng DTI. Pinangunahan ni Mayor Brian Lim at mga opisyal ng DTI Region 1 ang pamamahagi ng mga livelihood kits. Ang mga benepisyaryo ay pawang store owners na apektado ng pandemya. Ang mga benepisyaryo ay nakatanggap ng tig-isang mga grocery packs na makakatulong sa kanilang negosyo. Nagpasalamat naman si Mayor Brian Lim sa DTI sa nasabing proyekto. Bukod sa pamamigay ng livelihood kits, nagsagawa din ang DTI ng entrepreneurial seminar sa mga nakatanggap ng tulong.
Para sa makaragdagang balita, bisitahin ang aming website na rngluzon.com
at tumutok sa Luzon Headlines. Ako si Shekinah Kudaw.
Ako si Paul Baldoza. Ito ang Morning Balita.
Hear the music of the heart. Let all music take you there. The star will take you everywhere, bringing music closer to your heart. The star will take you there.
Ang pagnanakaw, pangangalakal at pagpili ng bahagi ng power transmission lines ay pinagbabawal ng batas. Bukod sa parusang 20 taon ng pagkakabilanggo at magmumulta ng 50,000 hanggang 100,000. Maaari itong magdulot ng inyong kamatayan kapag nakuryente ka. Ang paalalang ito ay mula po sa NGCP.
Baguio Country Club, the first and only 5-star mountain resort in the Philippines, is fully equipped and ready to welcome you back. The club has thoroughly worked on adapting to the new normal. The usage of any of the facilities and amenities of the club is governed with specific rules, regulations, and procedures in accordance to the medical, physical distancing, and disinfecting protocols. And as you return back here to your second home and make new memories with us, we assure you that at the Baguio Country Club, you do not have to worry because we can assure you that the club continuously puts great importance to the health, safety, and wellness of its members, guests, and employees.
The most beautiful design you will find ever. Great furnitures and better price. Made in Korea. Art and Furnitures. Visit us at San Luis Bugula, La Union, or contact us at 0915-117-0111. Art and Furnitures.
Hello, good morning, TJ Home Builders po.
TJ Home Builders po?
Yes po, sir.
Sir, paano po umorder online ng mga hardware supplies?
Yes po, sir. Madali lang naman pong mag-order through our Facebook page po. Punta lang po kayo sa facebook.com/tjhomebuilders at i-message nyo na lang po kami doon at meron lang pong sasagot sa inyo. So meron po tayong indoor, outdoor, tsaka meron din po tayong for kitchen, for bathroom, at mga lightings po.
Sir, ang TG Home Builders po ay isang tindahan na nag-offer po ng mga finishing material. Easy to install at mas makakatipid po sila ng oras at sa pera po nila. Mas concentrated po kami sa mga modern materials.
TG Home Builders! We turn houses into homes!
Kapag labis pong nainitan o nausukan ng mga linya, tore at mga materyales na nakakabit dito, maaaring magdulot ito ng pagkaantala sa daloy ng kuryente. Bukod sa apoy, ang usok mula sa pagsisiga ay nagiging dahilan para ma-ionize ang hangin sa paligid ng linya ng kuryente. Ang mismong hangin ay pwedeng maging konduktor ng kuryente sa pagitan ng mga kable. Ang usok ay maaaring daluyan ng kuryente papuntang lupa at maging sanhi ng brownout. Ang paalalang ito ay mula po sa NGCP.
Isang pahid ka lang. Dahil walang out sa POW!
Nagbabalik ang tambalang sipaw!
Talagang kanina na pag-usapan natin yung medyo mahigit na issue patungkol nga sa turismo at yung hating pananaw at yung advocacy naman na ginagawa ng ating mga tourism group ni Sir Martin.
Yun nga, partner. And the thing is that it will not stop here eh. It will always be revisited yung mga ganitong issue kasi it's very timely. And speaking of timely, mga car rangers, patapos na ang 2021 and it is but proper for us to to ask our financial advisors, nabulol tuloy ako, kung dapat ba or meron pa ba tayong chance kung if we are starting to plan up our business for next year.
Yes, kahit hindi natin makakasama ang ating
Ay.
energetic Chairman at CEO of Personal Finance Advisor, si Sir Efren Llamas Cruz, narito pa rin nagbabalik ang nating napaka-energetic at beautiful na si Miss Salve Duplito ng Yaman Coach. Good morning! Ma'am Salve! I-on po natin ang ating audio para mapakinggan natin ang
Yes.
napakaganda mong boses. It's okay, Miss Salve.
Sorry.
Ayun, talagang
Alam ko kung anong ginagawa ni Ma'am Salve, partner. Nanonood ata yan ng Miss Universe, ah?
Hindi, ikaw ang pinapanood ko.
Oo.
Ay!
Ikaw lang ang nag-iisang Miss
Miss
Universe,
Universe
sa amin. Okay, bumati naman tayo, Miss Salve, sa ating mga ka-Rangers at sa mga manonood ngayong Lunes, lalo na Financial Education Day tayo ngayon.
Ay, hello po sa ating mga ka-Rangers at mga nanonood sa RNG Luzon. I'm very happy to be with you today. Nakakatuwa na mas dumadami na ang nagkukwentuhan tungkol sa kaperahan kasi yan ang isang bagay na hindi natin dapat kaligtaan. Oh my gosh, nag-rhyme ako.
Ayun, ang galing si Ma'am Salve. Talagang kitang-kita. At nakaka-excite. Alam naman natin, last Monday, naibigay natin ang kaalaman sa mga Rangers at naging excitement yung mga ganitong pananaw at yung financial education. Kasi sabi nga nila, kapag pinag-uusapan yung ganitong usapin, nakaka-boring. Pero ngayon, ibang-iba. Lalo na with Miss Salve, di ba, Shikaina?
Exactly. Iba kasi yung aura ni Ma'am Salve when you discuss these things. And sabi nga natin, kung ganyan lahat ng financial advisors natin na makakausap ng mga car rangers natin, I'm pretty sure they're very enticed to also look into a business side. Di ba, Kabsat?
Yun na yun. Talagang pag-usapan na natin ang ating 2021 in review. At unahan na natin kung ano pa yung mga dapat at may hahabol pa nating mga pwedeng gawin ngayong 2021. Di ba, Shikaina?
Yes, marami tayong gustong habulin. Pero namely, Ms. Salve, we wanted to ask, partner, di ba? We wanted to ask naman, ano ba yung biggest wins ng 2021 pagdating sa aspeto ng personal finance?
Ayun, yung mga natuto na talaga from 2020, di ba? 2020 was a really difficult year because nobody knew what was going to happen. Lahat tayo nabigla, ang mga beauty natin gumising ng biglang may COVID natin, hindi tayo makalabas ng bahay, yung mga negosyo natin nahirapan, yung ating finances nahirapan, lalo na yung mga nawalan ng trabaho. So in 2021, moving forward from the bad year of 2020, yung iba natuto na. So nag-ipon, nagtipid, nagkaroon ng emergency funds, or lumagpas pa dun sa emergency funds. Alam mo, ito sa totoo lang ha, sinasabi natin lagi na ang hirap ng mundo, but there's a portion of our economy na mas kumita in the last 2 years. Yan ang super wins talaga. For instance, yung mga YouTubers, di ba, na matagal na nilang na-set up yung kanilang YouTube presence, pagdating ng 2020, 2021, lalong umarangkada ang viewership at lalong umarangkada ang kanilang earnings. Ganon din naman sa finances. Kung na-set up mo na for the last 5 to 10 years ang iyong finances, isa ka sa winner ng 2021. Kasi ibig sabihin, marami kang cash, makakabili ka ng mga bagay-bagay kahit negosyo nga, nabibili ng mababa ang presyo.
Right.
Dahil pwede ka makipag-negotiate, may cash ka eh. Iilan lang ang merong cash, so pwede ka mag-negotiate. Yun ang super win talaga. Ito yung learning natin moving forward, na kapag maayos mo lahat, pagdating ng crisis, mas kikita ka kesa mawalan ka ng pera.
Yun. Miss Alvin, nabanggit natin yung super win ng mga sa 2021. Paano mo ako consider, kunyari ako pala, super win na pa rin na-consider sarili ko. Paano mo masasabi na super win ka ng 2021?
Ayan, masasabi mo na super win ka if you have all the fundamentals of personal finance in place already at meron ka ng extra money to take advantage of investment. So for example, wala ka ng consumer debt, wala kang utang, meron kang emergency funds good for 12 months at least yon. Tapos nag-i-invest ka na at ito pa, meron kang extra cash na pangbili sa stock market, may extra cash kang pambili ng businesses, may extra cash ka kahit bumili ka lang ng kahit anong raw material, itago mo, tapos after 12 months, ibenta mo, kikita ka na. Yun yung mga pwede mong sabihing checklist para malaman mo kung isa ka doon sa mga nanalo in 2021.
Ayan, mga Rangers, i-check nyo na kung yung mga nabanggit ni Miss Salve ay talagang napunahan nyo ng inyong mga ginawa ngayong 2021. Di ba, Shekinah?
Yes, partner. And the thing is that sa tingin ko, stability and financial or economic freedom kasi yung hinahanap natin ngayon. Sabi nga nila, ang goal mo ba, gusto mong maging mayaman? Ako, sa tingin ko, ang goal ko is maging financial freedom. Kasi katulad ng sinabi ni Ma'am Salve, is that there's enough for you to use and meron ka ting papaikutin at meron ka pang emergency fund. Miss Salvi, ang tanong ko naman, aside from my personal pain, pain, ano naman ang mga pain points natin ngayong 2021?
Ay, pag-usapan natin yung Shekinah. Ano ba yung personal pain natin? Dapat siguro pag one-on-one tayo pagkatapos nito.
Miss Salve, feeling ko matatagalan kayo kapag pag-uusapan nyo ang personal pain ni Shekinah.
Kasi naman, may ganon, Miss Salve. Pero anyways, our pain points nga ngayong 2021.
Yan, yung pain points na matindi at iniiyakan ko talaga to pag nakakita ako ng tao na walang medical insurance na ospital yung kapamilya nila at dahil doon bigla silang nabaon sa utang. And the worst part of this is kung ang pagkakabaon nila sa utang, hindi man lang sa bangko. Alam mo yun, na-realize natin na kung sa bangko pala ako nabaon sa utang, okay pa, kumpara sa 5-6, kumpara sa mga sanlaan ng ATM, kumpara sa online lending agencies na yung iba hindi pa registered sa SEC or kung registered man, grabe yung mga panghaharas nila online. Kapag hindi na nakapagbayad, minsan itong mga kautangan nito dahil nga sa pagkaka-ospital. So hindi natin mabiblame talaga dahil health issues became a big problem during the pandemic. Kaya minsan, kailangan talaga ng more work from financial advisors katulad natin para makatulong naman doon sa mga nabaon sa utang dahil sa mga medical issues. And yan ang pinaka-matinding pain point ngayong 2021. Pero baka kay Shikay na love yung kanyang problem.
Miss Salve, feeling ko natumpak ninyo. Yes. Ayun, Miss Salve, kidding aside, ayan, nabanggit natin ang inyong services at bilang financial advisor, paano kapag may lumapit sa inyong kliyente na kung saan malaki na ang kanyang biggest pain points? Ano ang pwede nating gawin para mabawasan ito as a financial advisor? Anong pwede mong tips para sa kliyenteng ito na nasasaktan? Ay, hindi. Is the biggest pain points pala.
Mag-move on na, Shekinah. Ay, nagkamali na naman ako. Joke lang. Joke lang. Mag-usap muna tayo. Yung ganitong Papa P yung tinatanong mo, meron talaga akong kliyente ganito and I ask her permission to share her story in all of my appearances on television and radio. Pati yung nasulat ko din ito sa Philippine Daily Inquirer because her family had COVID twice. So, itong taong to, nag-ipon naman siya. Meron siyang 1 year's worth of emergency funds, 1 year, pero nalimas pa rin yun lahat. As in, pagkatapos ng pagkaka-ospital ng family niya 2 times, nagbenta siya ng lahat ng kagamitan niya, halos bahay na lang ang natitira sa kanya, nakasanla pa, yung kotse, parang wala na yatang car, pati kung ano-ano talagang naibenta na or naisanla na para pambayad nga sa utang. Umabot ng 4 million, Papa P. Tsaka Shikay na ang kanyang kautangan. And to a certain point, nagkaroon na siya ng depression. And this is very common. Hindi natin mabiblame. Dadating yung point na they will be worried about their future, worried about the fact that they might not be good enough anymore, even at work. Kaya pati yung trabaho and regular income apektado. So what do we do? The first thing that I ask her to do is to accept the situation. And then second, para tanggapin na kailangan niya also ng mental wealth coach para to help her deal with her daily depression. Number 3, kailangan niya maintindihan na of all the assets na nasa paligid niya, her best asset is her brain, her mind, her ability to to create income. So when she feels depressed, yung greater focus on her job or her productivity at work allows her to have that parang determination na labanan yung kanyang situation. So the professional help as well as that shift in mindset will also help her make sure that her regular source of income doesn't stop. Pang ilan na ba ako? Pang 5, I asked her to list down all of her debts. Alam mo, kahit na yung listahan, just that inventory of all of the things that you owe to online lending agencies, to the bank, or even to other people, that listing will allow you to define the extent of your problem. Diba? Kahit yun na lang very important. Kasi minsan, yung depression at yung sense of hopelessness nanggaling dun sa fact na I will never get out of this situation. Pero, nanggiging ganun yung pag-iisip natin kasi overwhelmed tayo dahil hindi natin dinefine kung ano yung boundaries ng problema natin. Malay mo, pag nilista mo pala, marirealize mo, ay, kaya ko naman pala. Kasi kung ganito yung income ko, I pay this much every month, magtitipid na lang ako para may space pambayad, kaya ko na maging debt-free in 12 months. So the planning moving forward will have to be dependent on how much or how well you define your situation. Kasi meron akong kalendaryo na binibigay. Yung debt payment push plan will allow you to calendar everything so that even if it takes you 2 years, 3 years to pay off everyone, you know exactly when that freedom day happens.
Yes.
And that removes the depression. Kasi alam mo na there's a way out.
Yun, tama naman, Miss Salve. Kahit maka-rangers yung tips ni ating Miss Salve, beautiful Miss Salve. Dapat meron kayong notebook at pen para maisulat niyo yung mga tips na yan. Miss Salve, ito nabanggit natin na kapag maganitong talagang nalimas na yung pera, ang laging solusyon ng mga Pinoy ay umutang ulit. Smart decision ba na maraming mga loans na nakahilera dyan? Kailangan ba at smart decision ba na pumili ang mga Pinoy na yun ang solusyon?
Kung the same situation, kung the same lending agency ang lalapitan mo para to get out of your situation, that's like getting another bad boyfriend to get out of a relationship problem. Wala po akong pinapatamaan dito, nag-a-analogy lang ako. Parang ganun yun. Parang, kunwari, yung current boyfriend mo, ninanakawan ka, o di, iwanan mo siya, tapos pumasok ka ulit dun sa isang relationship na yung boyfriend mo, mas ninanakawan ka na mas bongga. Parang ganun yon. So if you want to get out of your current debt issue, kailangan ang uutangan mo is a debt consolidator who will give you who will charge you lesser interest. Or, di ba, yung mas mabait na boyfriend na, yung pangsunod natin, papapi, and shikay na. So ganon, okay lang to borrow again, but look for a good debt consolidator who will allow you to consolidate all the utang. Let's say 20 yung pinagkautangan mo in the past, you will now pay only 1 creditor. Tapos dapat yung overall interest rate niya mas mababa kesa doon sa binabayad mo sa iba. Kung mas mataas, it doesn't make sense. You won't ever get out of debt, di ba? So meron namang mga ganyan. Alam mo, sometimes we forget there's GSIS, there's SSS who can help us consolidate kasi mas mababa yung kanilang interest rate kesa sa merkado. And then there are cooperatives who may have a little higher than banks but a lot lower than the compounded interest rate of online lending agencies. Wow, kung meron tayong fairy godmother who will allow us to get money from her, kakilala mo, family member, and then pay off everybody. But, sasabihin ko lang, if this is the solution, please make this relationship professional by creating a contract between the two of you, offering interest rate, offering terms and conditions ng pagkakautang, and that will allow you to get out of debt.
Yun, tama yan, Miss Salve. Dapat pumili ng maayos na karelasyon. Ay, hindi, ng kasama para sa ganitong usapin. Di ba, Shekinah?
Yun nga, Miss Salve, naliwanagan na po talaga ako. And I hope our ka-RNgers ay maliwanagan din. And Miss Salve, one of our viewers have asked naman, Miss Salve, they're just curious, no? Can you give us a rough estimate or magkano ba dapat yung emergency fund mo in case it's, for example, emergency fund mo for 12 months? Ano ba yung estimate amount for this?
Okay, so if your budget every month is 10,000 pesos na lang kunwari, you should have at least 12 na 10,000 pesos in your bank account. So that's 120,000 pesos. I know that's a big amount to think about. So look at it as a target in the future, and then you can maybe start with, alam mo, kahit na 100 pesos per day, itabi mo ng itabi para umabot ka dun sa 120,000. Believe me, it will still happen. Kung kaya ng 500 pesos a month, 1,000 pesos a month, eventually in the future, maaabot mo rin yung 12 months. It's a target na hopefully is not too hard, but not too easy naman. So, depende sa income natin. Tapos ito pa, ang tip ko na lang, kunwari our current income, hindi posible na magtabi ng good for 12 months na emergency funds, rumakit ng Saturday morning. Tapos isipin mo, ang Saturday morning ko ay para sa emergency funds ko. Ganon.
Right.
O diba, kahit na 500 pesos every Saturday morning, that's already how much? 2,000 pesos a month.
Right.
Malaking bagay na yun.
Oo nga. Actually, Miss Salve, those are 2 points also that is applicable not just also in personal advice finances. Kasi yung pagle-list down mo is also amicable in your daily lives. And second is that setting aside a specific goal, a small goal for a long-term goal is actually applicable to all of what we're doing. Miss Salve, paano naman to? How do we consider or sino-sino nga ba yung aside sa akin na losers, sino-sining mako-consider nating losers?
Ikaw naman, you're not a loser. So long as you don't give up, you will never become a loser. Hanggang may buhay, may pag-asa. Okay. Pero for 2021, it's important to find out if we were on the losing side or on the winning side. Para naman naintindihan natin what we need to do moving forward so that in 2022, magbabago na ang life story natin. So if we're on the losing side in 2021, kung nabaon tayo sa consumer spending in previous years, and we're paying off compounded interest on debt and therefore unable to take advantage of the magnificent returns in the market this year. Kasi, habang yung buong mundo umuusad na, tayo parang napag-iiwanan. So, kung nasa ganitong sitwasyon tayo, moving forward, we really have to do everything we can to save up for that emergency fund, to pay off all our consumer debts, and start investing. Para kung meron pa ulit na krisis na mangyari, we are on the winning side already.
Exactly. Tama nga. That's a game changer, Miss Salve. And we wanted to know naman, is it too late for a loser to win in this game?
Never too late, sabi ko nga kanina eh. Kahit sa relationship, kahit na 80 years old na, it's still possible to find love, di ba? Ganon din sa finances. Grabe, lagi tayo may segue sa relationship. Ganon din sa finances. So long as we're still alive, there is a way to catch up, except that as we get older, mas mahirap kasi mas malaki na yung capital na kailangan natin. Ang benepisyo ng nagsisimula ng maaga, mas maliit na yung kailangan nating itabi for a life that gives us joy.
Right. Oo nga. Those are really good advices and tips, Miss Salve. And mukhang makaka-move on. Move forward na ako. Miss Salve, if I may ask naman, one of our viewers also asked naman, in your perspective, what kind of business is the best investment for the upcoming year 2022? Others have given an example, FNB po ba? Crypto, Axie? What do you think po?
Okay, when it comes to business, any answer will be okay so long as you are passionate and knowledgeable about a specific business. Hindi ko ini-espouse yung ginagaya natin kung ano yung trend, because sometimes trends fizzle out quickly. So kung ang habol lang natin, yung top 5 business trends ni Miss Salve, baka mamaya half of the year pa lang sira na. Pero kung meron kang produkto or serbisyo na expert ka doon, and you wake up every morning excited to do that, kahit na once a week mo lang siya ginagawa, and nobody else can do it as well as you can, that's the business to get into. Whether that's in, kunwari, Axie Infinity kasi magaling ka, going into Axie, hindi lang capital ang kailangan mo dyan. Meron ding skill level na kailangan para kumita ka. So, if you have the time, if you have the skill level necessary, and if you are not very emotional kasi nagpa-fluctuate din yung price niyan, maybe you make money, maybe not. But what's important is that you enjoy doing it. 'Di ba? Yun lang naman kasi wala talagang garantiya sa negosyo. But just to give you a bit of my personal views on getting into business next year, ay pumunta kayo sa financial advisory. Kasi ngayon, bonggang-bongga talagang nangangailangan ng financial advice ang mga tao. And if you have the credibility to do it, if you have the skill and the time required to study how to be good at it every single day, it's a great business to be in at the moment. Everybody wants to get better when it comes to finances. Second, also, yun kaya ang suggestion ko, lalo na for those who have very little business, go into the kind of business na laway lang ang puhunan. So, content creation, financial advisory, marketing, doing SEO, kung meron kayong ganun, yun yung mga low-cost, high-return kinds of business, especially for 2022.
Wow, Miss Salve. Ayan, marami na tayong natutunan, mga lesson learned ng 2021. At bilang financial advisor, Miss Salve, ngayong darating na year 2022, how to be better po at managing money sa ngayong hinaharap at upcoming this year na 2022?
Ayan, temper our emotions. I think ako, number one lang sasabihin ko talaga, Papa P, in keeping with our relationship theme for today. Nauubo na si Shekinah. Temper your emotions. Isa lang ang sasabihin ko, temper your emotions. An emotional trader is a loser. An emotional businessman is a loser. And when you're in a relationship, okay, syempre nararamdaman mo yung emotions, mas maganda ng may emotions. Pero kung pag nag-aaway, pinapairal natin emotions, we're also a loser. Meron pa ring theme ng love and relationship, Pero you see, it's also a sign that we're in the adulting stage. And I will be turning 50 in a couple of years.
Whoa.
And until now, I'm still trying to tame my emotion. But it's a worthwhile strategy. Kasi when we step back, when we are in a situation where we're losing money, we're emotional. Diba? Yes. But when we know how to step back and remove ourselves from the situation, we are able to analyze better and then we make better decisions moving forward. Whether you're talking about kautangan or you're talking about investments na nalugi or business na nalugi, temper your emotions, step back, and then go into it when you have looked at all the situation. Do a 360-degree turn para malaman mo kung ano lahat ng information na kailangan mo malaman, and then that's when you release your strategy into the wild.
Yun.
Yes.
Wow na wow, Miss Salve. Maraming salamat sa ganitong tips, di ba, Shekinah?
Yes, I could not agree with you more, Miss Salve. And tama nga, temper your emotions, mga car rangers. And Miss Salve, we just wanted to acknowledge Miss Joy. Sabi niya, build emergency funds, settle consumer debts, start investing. Thanks, #Yaman Coach Salve, sabi ni Miss Joy. And good morning, Miss Joy.
Ayan. Miss Salve,
good morning.
Alam naman natin na kulang ang oras kapag ganitong kwentuhan, lalo na mga ganitong mga way and tips para matugunan yung mga problema natin, yung mga past mistakes natin, yung mga lessons na dapat natin matutunan ay kailangan din natin ma-apply na, lalo na ngayong harap na 2022. Maraming salamat, Miss Salve. Kita-kits ulit tayo next na Financial Education Day. Diba, Shekinah?
Naman, Miss Salve. Thank you and have a great day po.
Bye!
Iyon, wow na wow. Talagang nakita natin ngayong araw na pag-go sa iba't ibang aspeto. Pero bagong lahat niyan, bago natin matapos sa ating morning barkadahan, narito ang ating quote of the day.
Naman.
Train your mind to see the good in every situation.
Definitely, partner. I for myself, dapat kailangan nating we see the goodness and the kindness of other things. And mga ka-earners, isang araw na naman ang kinumpleto natin sa kalendaryo ng Desyembre. Siyempre, kakulitan at kakwentuhan nyo pa rin siya, Kika.
Ako pa rin si Papa Pia magpapatuloy ng Arangkada Stories dito sa Cordillera, Luzon, buong Pilipinas at buong mundo. At ito ang tambalang
Sipaw ng Morning Balitaktakan.